So, hi, I'm Rosanna Ginha from IT2103. So, welcome to my channel. So, first, I briefly discussed to you the summary of the chapter 2. So, from the chapter 2, which is configure a network operating system. So, a network operating system enables devices hardware to function and provides an interface for users to in to interact. So let's proceed to the operating system, which is OS. So the OS OS interacts directly with the computer hardware is known as the kernel. So the next one from the assess methods, which is from the under of the assess methods, which is the console. This from console. So console is a physical management port that provides out-of-bound access to a Cisco device. So the next one is the secure shell or SSH. So SSH is a method for remotely establishing a secure CLI connection through a virtual interface. Then the third one is the telnet, which is the telnet is an secure method of remotely establishing a CLI session through a virtual interface over a network. So the next one that I will discuss to you is from the topic the primary command modes. So under the primary command modes, we have the user exit mode. So this mode is limited capabilities, but it is useful for basics operation, and it also allows only a limited number of basic monitoring commands but does not allow the execution of any commands that might change the configuration of the device. Then the next one is the privilege exec mode. So privilege exec mode is to execute configuration commands. A network administrator must access privilege exec mode. Then so the next one is to navigate between the IOS modes. So from the various commands that are used, we have here commands that used to move in and out of command prompts to move from user exec mode to privilege exec mode. So we have to use the enable command and use the disable privilege exec mode command to return to user exec mode. So to move in and out of global configuration mode, use the configure terminal, then privilege exec mode command to return to the privilege exec mode, and then enter the exit global config mode command. So let's proceed to the next topic. So from the chapter 2, we have also a topic that's all about the hotkeys and shortcuts. So from the hotkeys and shortcuts, so we have here commands and keywords that can be shortened to the minimum number of characters that identify a unique selection. Then the example for that is, for example, the configure command can be shortened to conf, C-O-N-F, because configure is the only command that begins with conf or conf. An even shorter version of con will not work because more than one command begins with con. So the next one from the configure passwords. So from the console port must be configuration or line console configuration mode using the line console 0 global configuration. The 0 is used to present the first and in most cases the only console interface Then specify the user exec mode password using the password command. So if you enable user exec access using the login command, console access will now require a password before gaining access to the user exec mode. So the next one, to encrypt a password, use the service password. We were using the service password encryption for encrypting the passwords. So the next one is the banner message, which is to create a banner message of the day on a network device. Use the banner MOTD. Then the message of the day is global config command. So the hashtag in the command syntax is called the delimiting characters. So it is entered before and after the message. The delimiting character can be any character as long as it does not occur in the message. So the next one is the save the running configuration file. So from this, we have here the startup config, which is the file stored in non-volatile random access memory or NVRAM that contains all the commands that will be used by the device upon startup or reboot. The next one is the running config. So the running config is the file stored in a random access memory or RAM that reflects the current configuration, and modifying a running configuration affects the operation of a Cisco device immediately. So the next one, so upon knowing the IP address, so IP address is the primary means of enabling devices to locate one another and establish end-to-end communication on the internet. So the next one, as I remember from the word ipconfig, so ipconfig is for verifying a PC host network configuration that you can also command to verify the interfaces and address settings of intermediary devices like switches and routers. The next one is the ping command. So the ping command can be used to test connectivity to another device on the network or a website on the internet. So from this switch virtual interface configuration, to configure SB1 on switch, use the interface VLAN1. So the global configuration command VLAN1 is not an actual physical interface but a virtual one. Next, assign an IPv4 address using the IP address subnet mask interface configuration command. Then, so all in chapter 2, configure network operating system. So, the Cisco or IOS is a term that encompasses a number of different operating systems, so which runs our various networking device. So, Cisco IOS routers and switches perform functions that network professionals depend upon to make their networks operate as expected. So, the services provided by the Cisco IOS are accessed using a command line interface or the CLI, which is accessed by either the console port, the AUX port, or through SSH or Telnet after connected to the CLI. So the network technician can make configuration changes to Cisco IOS devices. The Cisco IOS design as a modal operating system, which means a network technician must navigate through various hierarchical modes of the IOS, so each mode supports different IOS commands. So this chapter introduces Cisco IOS to it detailed the various modes of the Cisco IOS and examine the basic command structure that is used to configure it. It also walked through the initial settings of Cisco IOS, which device, including settings a name, limiting access to the device, configuring banner message, and saving the configuration. So, I think that's all for this chapter. So, thank you for watching.